first on the Gulf Coast with breaking news and weather. Fox 10 Live starts now.
I started a stopwatch. 32 minutes.
32
So it's moving, but it's a long line. We're gonna miss our flight, I'm sure.
How long has it been, guys?
3 hours probably.
Wow, happening now, spring break travel nightmares at airports all across the country. At the Louis Armstrong New Orleans International Airport, TSA is advising waits can extend up to 2 hours long. In Houston at the William P. Hobby Airport, TSA lines stretched more than 3 hours again today after similar wait times on Sunday. Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport is also advising travelers to arrive early for flights Monday and give themselves extra time to make it through security. The longer wait times are being blamed on the partial government shutdown of the Department of Homeland Security, which oversees the TSA. Funding for the department lapsed in mid-February amid a standoff between Republicans and Democrats over federal immigration reform. So now TSA workers are set to miss their first full paycheck this week. Hopefully, if you are out there traveling, you aren't experiencing any of these delays. We want to welcome you into Fox 10 Live on this Monday. It's March 9th. I'm Ashlyn Mitchell. We're glad you decided to join us. Let's continue a look at what's grabbing our headlines today. Well, the new leader of Iran is someone U.S. President Donald Trump previously said would be, quote, unacceptable. He's Mojtaba Khamenei, the son of the previous supreme leader, killed at the beginning of the conflict in Iran. Khamenei's installment is viewed by some experts as an act of defiance by the regime. Now, you may remember unconditional surrender is what President Trump said it will take to end the Defense Secretary. Pete Hegseth was asked in a 60 Minutes interview what unconditional surrender looks like.
It means we set the terms. We'll know when they're not capable of fighting. There'll be a point where they'll have no choice but to do that.
The price of oil skyrockets, reaching its highest peak since 2022. And the military says the 7th U.S. soldier killed in this conflict is 26-year-old Army Sergeant Benjamin Pennington, fatally wounded at the beginning of the war during a strike on a U.S. airbase in Saudi Arabia. And listen to this. Authorities in New York City say the two men who allegedly threw improvised explosive devices during a protest right outside the mayor's official residence on Saturday were inspired by the Islamic State extremist group. 18-year-old Amir Balat and 19-year-old Ibrahim Kayumi, both of Pennsylvania, are being held without bail after their arraignment on charges that include attempting to provide material support to a terrorist organization and using a weapon of mass destruction. The homemade devices did not explode. They were thrown during a counter-protest against an anti-Islamic demonstration led by Jake Lang, a far-right activist and critic of New York Mayor Zohran Mamdani, a Democrat and the first Muslim to serve as the city's mayor. New York City Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch says there are no indications the men's alleged actions were connected to the ongoing war in Iran. We'll keep you updated on that story. And in our area today, the Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office arresting this man, Paul Treaster, just last month. Deputies say they stopped his car after he rolled through a stop sign off Schaffner Boulevard and Highway 90 East on February 17th. Investigators tell us they found out his driver's license was suspended, and while he was talking to him, he was trying to hide something with his left foot. Deputies say after a canine search that had reasonable cause to search the truck and found 100 grams of meth. Investigators say Treaster blamed his friend for borrowing the truck and putting the meth inside. He was placed under arrest for trafficking meth. Now, this is just one of several local headlines we are covering today. Let's go and toss it over to Steve Alexander for a look at what's coming up.
This is Steve Alexander on the assignment desk. Some of the stories we're covering today. Fox 10 News has now heard from the National Transportation Safety Board regarding the investigation into that airplane crash near Gulf Shores this weekend that killed 2 people. We're going to have the latest on salvage operations of the wreckage that are planned. Also, Mobile police say they've arrested 4 juveniles following a pursuit early Saturday morning near Halls Mill and McVeigh. Police say the vehicle had been stolen. Grand opening today, though, for more than 50 new affordable apartment homes in Mobile for people 55 and older. We'll talk about that. And Jordan Lassiter has an update on a big new addition to the Orange Beach area, a new resort being built at the Wharf.
And here at 3:05, we're outside on the jet deck today here for Fox 10 Live. It is a warm and a little bit sticky day out here, but the feeling is nice. And some of our live cameras have been showing amazing views across the area, especially down at the beach. Temperatures around 76, 77 degrees today. It is a decently warm one out here, but the beach conditions have just been the most stellar. I've been enjoying this camera all day. One thing that we see, the people actually getting into the water, which is a surprising thing for you there, because water temperatures are in the 60s. All right, your sunset time today, remember it's going to be a little later. We're at the time change now. 6:57 p.m. is your sunset. If you have any sunset photos, do send them in to us on the Fox 10 Weather app. We always appreciate when you send in your photos, so you can do so there on the Weather app. If you have not downloaded the app, please do so on the App Store or Google Play Store. Just search Fox 10 Weather. Now, radar. I said most places will be dry today, and that is true. However, some of our inland spots are seeing light rain showers right now. These are passing downpours. They're kind of annoying, especially if you have to be outside, but they are there. Looking at our inland counties there, you can see it's mostly in Washington County. Clark County, Monroe County, mainly dry at this point. Your futurecast, as we go through the evening, you're not going to see much. Some showers and thunderstorms off to our north. We could see some sprinkles in our inland spots, but I think a lot of the action stays north today. And that's what we have been advertising. Overnight tonight, we have some fog that develops, and that'll be into Tuesday morning. So your Tuesday morning will likely be foggy. Tomorrow afternoon, a mostly dry day with your temperatures in the middle 80s inland, upper 70s at the immediate coast, with water temperatures again in the upper 60s. So holding down those coastal temperatures. And looking ahead, this is an updated severe weather outlook for Wednesday into Wednesday night. They have expanded the slight risk very slightly east, but a marginal risk that is going to be for Wednesday night when thunderstorms blow through. We'll take a look at that in your forecast in just a few moments.
You mentioned a sunset time of 6:57 tonight, and I am all for that. I know that the time change can mess with sleep schedules a little bit, but we're seeing some beautiful sunshine out here on the jet deck today, and I'm glad we get to see a little bit more of it. Let's go and take a look at some pictures sent in by you all today. Starting off with this perfect one. Speaking of a beautiful day, this one is from Melissa Nelson. Do you know where we're looking at right now?
So Melissa regularly sends photos in here. She lives along the Mobile Bay there. And it's amazing views, as always. Really nice shots of the moon there as well. I can't remember if she's on the western shore of Mobile Bay. I have to recall. But she sent in quite a batch of photos this weekend. As you can see, really nice conditions just to be outside. Yeah. It was a really nice weekend to be outside. I got the opportunity to go around walking around Fairhope for a little while, and it was just nice. It was nice to be outside, and this is why if you walk along the bay, it's just so nice. So appreciate those photos, Melissa. Thank you for sending them in.
Looks like you had a great weekend. This next one coming from Shanna Knapp. Love in the clouds. Look at that heart in Fairford, Alabama. I love that.
So as you can see there, those are your afternoon, typical pop-up cumulus clouds, the fair weather cumulus clouds. But in the break, you can always see something cool.
That's beautiful.
And there's the little heart that is pictured there. Good catch.
Some cloud gazing too. That's so much fun. One of my favorite games there. This next one coming in from Billy over Mobile Bay. This is making me want to go out on the water, Nick, today. And I know today's a great day to be at the beach. We've been talking about that all morning long. Just what a stunning, stunning picture there in the sky.
Yes, this one's near Mobile Bay and Dog River, I'm pretty sure. That's typically where Billy submits his photos. Or maybe Fowl River, I can't exactly remember. But again, one thing you notice there, the thin layer of clouds there created a bit of a halo. This was from this weekend. I have seen a couple of halo photos even today down at the beach. So if you do get any photos like that, do send them in on the Fox 10 Weather app. Take a look at this next one Terry had it. We shared this one earlier today.
Yeah, this one looks familiar.
Foggy sunrise in Mobile. This scene is going to continue. I was talking with Jason as we were starting. As he came in this afternoon, he was talking about that he ran into quite a bit of fog in Mobile County today. There were parts of our area that had some denser fog, and that will definitely be a possibility as we enter tomorrow morning.
Yeah, and you can feel that moisture in the morning for sure.
Yes.
This next one is from Andrea Pettit, a sunrise in Valparaiso, Florida.
Yes,
That's beautiful. Look at that palm tree.
Little Florida representation here. This is good. Another nice photo, another nice sunset after a very nice weekend of weather. These are great sunset photos. We really like these sunrise and sunset photos. Now with the sunset time, hopefully you're up. Taking your photos, so come on, send them in here.
We better be getting a whole new batch of pictures every day, and we're leaving that up to you all. So you guys are responsible. If you're watching this right now and you think, I have a great photo I want to share, well, we want to see it here at Fox 10 News, and it's pretty easy to submit, Nick. How can people do that?
Yeah, you really need the Fox 10 Weather app for the easiest way to submit. If you want to do it, head to the home page and scroll down. There's the big Submit Pics and Videos button. It requires a name, an email, and that's it. And prefer you to put the name, where you took it, when you took it, just so we can know. And you can leave a note on there. It's an easy process to submit.
Yeah, well, thank you for joining us on Fox 10 Live here outside on our jet deck right outside the Fox 10 studios on this beautiful Monday. We'll be back with much more after this, leaving you with a live look over the Bayway on this Monday afternoon.
Ahead.
We have a south wind. Air is coming off the Gulf.
Next weather, available anytime on the Fox 10 Gulf Stream. Committed to you. This is Fox 10 Live.
Welcome back into Fox 10 Live outside on this Monday. Listen to this. Women are now able to request female drivers on Uber.
It's called Women Preferences. The option was first launched in a few pilot cities in August and expanded later in the year.
But now, Uber is rolling it out nationwide. Cities where Uber Teen accounts are available will also let those users and their guardians request female drivers. I think this is such a helpful update for people who might prefer a female driver.
Yeah, I think this is something where I remember talking about this. When was that? That was in August. Yeah, I remember talking about this and thinking that, yes, this is probably going to be rolled out nationwide, or at least in a wider stance, because it is something that people want, I feel like. And
yeah,
there's a safety thing to it, I feel also. So
absolutely. I think they're always rolling out more safety measures. I think that's going to help because a lot more people are using services like Uber. Pretty cool. They rolled it out during International Women's Day, or the weekend of, I should say. You never wished me happy International Women's Day.
Happy
Not
International
on the actual
Women's
day.
Day.
I think you said it early. I even told him happy birthday too. Wow.
Aww.
Anyway, newly published research shows that NASA's 2022 DART mission test was successful in intentionally shifting the orbit of not just one, but two asteroids around the sun.
The spacecraft impacted the Dimorphos asteroid and its larger companion, Didymos, which are linked together by gravity.
NASA says it's the first time humans have altered the path of a celestial body around the sun.
And it puts us one step closer to being able to save Earth from an oncoming asteroid, if that were to ever happen.
Here. Yeah, the DART spacecraft was built by and is operated by the Johns Hopkins Applied Physics Laboratory in Maryland for NASA's Planetary Defense Coordination Office.
And the research was published in the journal Science Advances.
Not sure how this works, but I like the news that it will prevent a possible asteroid from striking planet Earth.
I think that's really cool, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
how does that? Can you imagine the math and just the tedious work that goes into determining something like
math
this?
is an awesome thing. Let me tell you, it is. Nice thing about math is it can make sense. When you're pushing it to the limit like this, it can be crazy.
Yeah.
And I know that there are some really smart people that are working on these kinds of things, and I am happy
Much
that
smarter
they are in
people
that
than
position.
myself, so thank you for your service there. We are also learning more about the Freedom 250 Grand Prix of Washington, D.C.
The official IndyCar and unique racetrack design were unveiled on Monday.
The car is red, white, and blue, of course, in honor of America's 250th birthday.
The first ever auto race on the National Mall will be 1.7 miles with 7 turns, and it will integrate some of America's iconic landmarks, including the Washington Monument and the U.S. Capitol.
Okay, the race will take place August 22nd and 23rd of this year, and it will be a free event for the public if you're in that area and you want to watch.
This is cool.
This is really
cool.
Yeah.
So the IndyCar races and stuff, this is as close. I mean, and again, I am not a huge motorsports person, but you know, close to what you would see with some like F1 things in Europe. In Europe, you do shut down streets to do these kinds of races.
Right.
And to have it here in the nation's capital will be such an experience, going through all those huge landmarks that you're seeing there.
I think the turnout's going to be phenomenal, and the sleek design of the American car right there is pretty cool.
I want to watch this. That'll be cool.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it for sure. Mark your calendars for August there. Sleep tracking apps may not be as effective as you might think.
Cleveland Clinic Dr. Samuel Gruvich says trackers carry some benefits.
Yep, they use a basic technology called an accelerometer, which monitors your sleep, but he warns it's not the most reliable method of sleep tracking and can sometimes even be wrong.
If you want an accurate look at your sleep patterns, Dr. Gruvich recommends a sleep study.
This is where your brain activity is monitored while you sleep, and that data helps doctors determine what stage of sleep you're in and the quality of that sleep.
He recommends not to get hung up on daily numbers on your sleep tracking app, but make sure you notify a physician if you spot any alarming trends.
I think a sleep study is very, very important. I've never had one done before, but I have several friends that have. I think you could benefit from this as well, as someone that doesn't sleep.
I know. What would be the point of my doing it if I don't sleep?
Right.
I mean, because I'm not asleep anyway.
There are a lot of resources out there now that aren't necessarily a replacement for a study like this, but people are wearing the Oura rings now while they sleep, and that tracks, you know, your oxygen, you know, how long you're sleeping, maybe how many times you wake up. So that's a really effective way too.
Now, another thing about the sleep tracker apps that I would always get me, because I downloaded like one before or something, and I was like, I have to be on my phone right before I go to bed to do this.
And the blue light can mess with your mind and your brainwaves.
Yeah, so it's this sleep study, I guess, is the more
Hey, you should
scientific.
make that your goal for this year.
We'll see. All right, forecast time. Here are the rain chances over the next 7 days. So Thursday, that's our biggest rain chance, comes mostly in the morning here. After that, things go mainly dry. Let's break this down for you. First, we're going to start with today. As we go through the evening time, there could be a handful of thunderstorms to our north and to our west, I'll add. These thunderstorms could produce some large hail, but we're not expecting a high coverage of thunderstorms locally. We're just not, so it's not a major concern for us. Tomorrow, severe weather shifts to the middle part of the country, with portions of the Great Lakes region down through the Midwest and central southern plains included in a broad slight risk of severe weather, with enhanced risk, double bullseye here for portions of Texas and also portions of Missouri, Illinois, and Indiana. So a couple areas to watch there. That system moves east, and then on Wednesday into Wednesday night into Thursday, this is the updated outlook. You have a slight risk, that is the standard level 2 risk for a good chunk of the region. We are clipped by that risk locally. And then you see a marginal risk in place, level 1 out of 5. This goes through Wednesday night into Thursday morning for our area. Thunderstorms during this period could produce some gusty winds. Let's go through it on Futurecast. Again, any showers that happen today, widely scattered. Overnight tonight, we go dry, but we have fog, which is a very likely thing. Then Tuesday afternoon, a mostly dry afternoon with partly cloudy skies. On Wednesday morning, more fog returns to the Fox 10 viewing area. Wednesday, for the most part, is a dry day. Maybe a stray shower or two. All the thunderstorms will be off to our west. Then Wednesday night, you can see 11 p.m., a line of thunderstorms moves in. But the biggest takeaway from this is that the line is weakening as it moves into our area. And it's been a pretty consistent signal on the forecast models. That would mean good news and a slightly slightly lower severe weather chance for us, but of course we'll keep you updated. It's decently far out. Could get some decent rainfall around an inch or more with this system, and I think we'll take it because dry conditions continue. You can see the drought monitor showing the drought conditions. Something to keep in mind. Eastern Shore Toyota Camera Network. Let's get you a look outside right now. Temperatures are in the 70s. We're mainly dry on the radar south of Interstate 10. Radar inland's a little bit more active. There's your 7-day forecast. After that Thursday rain chance, cooler weather as we get to the end of the week.
All right, 3:23 now on your Monday, taking a live look into downtown Mobile. It's a beautiful, beautiful sky out there. We will be back with more Fox 10 Live after this break.